Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at Phase 5 of Top Commander. Now, if you'll notice, we are currently on Phase 6, because I forgot to do a Phase 5 video, but I'm going to do one anyways based on the information that we have at hand, and obviously give you the kind of best advice that I can off of that. Now, unfortunately for Phase 5, you're really only left with 4 options: upgrading equipment, upgrading parts, training troops, and consuming arrows. Now, if you'll notice, remember as we did in Phase 4, we had activated all of those training speed-ups to prep ourselves to collect the troops for Phase 5. So, first things you want to do as soon as that Phase 5 reset happens, go ahead and collect those trained troops that you have or should have sitting in your barracks. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and start some new ones, but in my advice, I would not speed them up at this point because you do not get points for training speed ups. You only get points for training troops, so it really doesn't have the same effect. You're going to use your training speed ups in Phase 4, save those troops in your barracks for Phase 5, and that'll give you a good, at least, start to it. And if you start with a good 20,000 out of each one, you're looking at 22,000 out of each one, and knowing what those troops training, that's going to start you off with a couple of million right off the gate, which will make upgrading equipment and upgrading parts a lot easier. Now, consuming arrows is the same consistent points throughout. You get 10,800 points for every arrow consumed. That is straight throughout the entire event. So this is why I suggest using your consume arrows on the last day when everything else is at a reduced rate. For example, construction and research speed-ups, normally on the first day you get 150 points for every minute. Well, here you only get 120, so they come down. If you look at training squads, you get 150 points. I believe it's 150 points for training a Tier 6 squad. Here you only get 120. If you look at hive minds, I believe this one here is also lower at 11,520. Just like if you look at zombies, where the highest is 6,600, and here you only get 5,280 for level 35 zombies. So almost everything else inside of the challenge phase, which is what we'll take a look at here next, in the next video, is at a lower cost. So this is why it's always best to go ahead and use those arrows on that last day. Now, you can use them, obviously, like I mentioned, you can use them for Phase 5. If you also need some points there, you're welcome to use some there, as you will get some there. Now, if we were to look real quick at our equipment and parts, this will be exactly what you'll be looking to upgrade for those additional points. Now, a couple things we want to take a look at. In regards to equipment, the main one here in the middle is going to be, in my opinion, kind of your best overall choice to upgrade. Just because it's most overreaching, which means that it provides gathering speed, which is super important, squad counter damage not specific to a troop type, and squad basic attack damage not specific to a troop type. The other ones, this is specific to infantry squad defense, infantry squad attack, rider squad defense, rider squad attack, and then obviously range squad defense and range squad attack. So just like I've said, if you're going to be hyper focusing on certain things, in order to maintain the amount of strength that you want to participate, it goes very much into your equipment and parts as well. If you are an infantry main, you're going to focus on those two. If you're a rider main, you're going to focus on the bottom two. And if you're a ranged main, you'll focus on the top two. Parts are the same. When you're doing your parts, guess what, folks? They do the exact same. So if we were to look at the equipment workshop here and we look at those parts, this one here is providing attack, defense, and HP. Just like we have attack, defense, and HP. So if you are hyper-focusing your troop types, for example, you're going to do that same thing with your parts. Make sure that your parts are focused on what you can actually get them to. For example, here having that additional 11.5% for rider squad attack is great, especially when you pair that with everything else. So your equipment and parts are all done through here. Notice that refining was not part of those point tabulations for the 5th phase. If you look here, 5th phase, there is not upgrading or refining parts, which means that you can refine anytime and that doesn't matter. It's not going to affect your top commander point totals for the day. Okay? But that's it for Phase 5. You got upgrading equipment, upgrading parts. Remember again, hyper-focus your equipment, hyper-focus your parts. It's best to have those hyper focus to create, especially if you're a free to play or a low to play player, it's best to have those hyper focus marches so that you can at least participate one march at a time. You don't have to be like a lot of players and run 5 marches in the battlefield. You can easily run 1 and just fight with the group, stay with the group, and be more efficient that way. Okay. Now, I do want to bring mention to something else. That is all we have for the top commander. But if you'll notice, I do want to make a shout out to my boy Bad Boy, who is an absolute monster in this game. I was watching him. I've been watching him for a while in the amount of fights that he has, and the amount of, the might that he has, and the ability to fight that what he was. I give the guy massive credit. And if you'll notice, we are currently sitting in an account at 127 million compared to the alternate account that I have at 82 million. So I want to make clear mention. Bad Boy, thank you very much for your donation to the channel. We are going to make sure that this account does an absolute as much as we can. We will bring as much notice to this game and obviously help as many players as we can with this fantastic donation. He has decided to move on in his gaming career onto something else, into better and brighter worlds, and we thank him for that, and obviously thank him and wish him the best moving forward. So Bad Boy, thank you so much for your donation. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you still take a look, tune in to see how well this account is going to work for GROP, and obviously for myself as well. But that being said, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. This is it for Stage 5. I am going to, again, post and probably double drop a video here shortly on Phase 6, so we can have a more in-depth look at the Challenger phase, since it is a 2-day phase in regards to itself. So there's lots to kind of information to go through for that, okay? So that being said, I really hope you guys like what you see today. If you do, go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. Don't forget to fill out the notification bell and share it with your friends. If you'd like to comment down below, please feel free. If there was something that you saw that you didn't know before, or anything along that, please feel free to comment down below and start a conversation. Now, for those who want to support the stream just a little bit more, remember you can go ahead and click that join button, and for only $6.99 Canadian a month, which works out to about $5 American, you'll have access to all of our membership requirements, which gives emojis, which gives super chats when we start to stream. It provides responses to messages, membership only content, first content access for members. And like I said, that's only for those who want to help the stream a little bit more to help us push and reach those goals. We're getting close. We're almost at 600 subs. We're pushing towards that 1,000 very quickly. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. So that being said, love, peace, chicken grease, and for everybody else, stay lifted.